Hi Runlings, so this video is just a quickie. We've bought an awning for the camper. Where's the camper? I can't see, the sun's in my eyes. Anyway, for that camper. So we bought an awning for the camper. It was £50. I've no idea. We've had pictures of it, but I've no idea how to do this and how big it is and so on and so forth. I'll show you what it is. It is a Kayam pole-free pitching Aero 4. So it's got no poles, so it's all air like that. And we're going to try and attach it to the side of the camper and see how it goes, because we haven't had one before, but we thought it would be quite useful for an occasional use. We've been after one for a while, but they're really expensive, and even when I go to places that money's off, they're still really expensive. So just luckily I happened to mention that I was looking for one to somebody at my job, and she said she happens to be selling one, and you know, some of that. And so we're going to try it now. 50 quid this is, bear in mind. So I think that's not bad for an awning. So I'm going to set it on the old time lapse. It's probably going to be a long time lapse because we don't know what we're doing, so we'll see how it goes. As you can see, that time lapse was I've reviewed the time lapse video, and as you can see, that time lapse was actually useless because we ran into a problem the second we started to put it up, and then all the faffing around we done, the time lapse on that would have been so much faffing around. So I included that tiny bit of, I'm going to include that tiny little bit of time lapse where I open it out and then I cut it, because it's no good. That time lapse was useless because we encountered this problem with this pump and not being able to pump it up, and by then I'd lost interest in the time lapse because I just wanted to try and get this tent up before the sun went down. So yeah, so that's the problem. So forget the time lapse. I'll just show you the tent. Ran into a bit of a problem. The valve on the pump that we got didn't fit, because there was an extra bit that we needed, and we looked everywhere for it and we couldn't find it. So we had to bodge together with a bit of tubing that my girlfriend said, oh, there's a bit of tubing here, keep that in the van. I'm like, why would you do that? It's stupid. Well, you never know when you might need it. Okay, I'll do it. But and actually we needed this bit of tubing. We managed to squeeze this bit of tubing over the end and kind of hold it together, and so we did it. But it was a bit of a bodge to try and get it up. So there you go. That's it. There it is. Doopy doopy doo. A little zip here to pull your electricity through if you need it. That's round the back. We've kind of bodged the connection from the van to the tent to the van to the tent, because it has one of those thick wires that runs across, and my van is just a van, it's not a camper, so it hasn't got the connection to receive that. So we kind of bodged it together. At the top there, I don't know whether you can see that, at the top there we've just put some, bodged it together with some bungee cords, and it's not quite right. I don't know how dark it is in there, so you can, yeah, it works. That's the roof. It's a bit saggy, and now I know what connection it's got. I'll now be able to rummage through various shops and sheds and stuff to find something that will work better. We've bodged it together for now. I'll do the trick. It's not going to be completely waterproof if it rains, but that's the inside. We're a nice big space. That's a wall down there. We put it up, but we're gonna put it back. We took it down again because we don't need it, but that's a nice bit of space for the inner tent there. Loads of space there. And as you can see, the living room area is massive. Ooh, all this. And then a nice little, it's a bit messy at the moment, the camper, because we've just thrown loads of stuff in, but and that's the way into the camper. So that's good, isn't it? It's extended if we can. Yeah, because you can't do it stealth, but if you can, it's extended the camper nicely. And all that space there is just our space, you know. We can put a table up in it and what have you, because all the kitchen and everything is in the van, you know. So yeah, that's made quite a big tent, even bigger, because you don't have to put all your equipment up. All you're doing is put the tent up because everything's in the van. So it's a nice little bit of extra space. Nice experiment. The only thing, bear in mind, this was 50 quid, so it's hard to sort of criticize a whole awning that's 50 quid, but this is supposed to have a rod going through it to give it rigidity, and it doesn't have one. Couldn't find that anywhere, so obviously didn't come with it. And there is quite a lot of mold here and there. Like, all this is kind of like mouldy. I reckon they put it away wet quite a few times up there. Don't know how well that comes out on camera. There's quite a bit of mould, but hey, you know, as long as it keeps us dry, I'm not so fussed about that. I think that was a good price. Had I spent £400 on it and there was mould, that wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have been happy about that. But 50 quid for that, it looks all waterproof. All the material is nice and thick. Might be worth looking into waterproofing it to be sure, but on the whole, that's a good buy, I think. Just a case of working out how to connect. Backdrop. Just a case of working out how to connect it to the van better. We bodged it with stuff we had lying around. That seems to work, but it's not perfect. There you go. Experiment success.